Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is StrikeVictim78. I will be doing a two-way review. This time of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection SPD Shadow Ranger and the Super Sentai Artisan Series Master License. First up, we got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection SPD Shadow Ranger. Here it is, with the window packaging right here, showcasing the figure and most of the accessories in the inside. And of course, we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo right at the bottom, along with the SPD Shadow Ranger's name right there. And we also have some cool artwork going from the front and on the sides of the package in a really cool art book, comic book style format. And it also has the same kind of artwork right here on the side. So if you want to store these like books, these could be like the spines right here. These are really this is really cool. And of course, at the back you have a dynamic shot of the figure in its prototype stage, along with the dynamic pose with the energy effect on his sword. And you also have multiple warning signs in multiple languages. That's about it for the packaging. There's not much else when it comes to the top and bottom. This is basically all blue. And as you can see, I have 3 of these figures. I have one in his neutral pose, and I have one in a dynamic pose with my NECA special figure dynamic pose stand. And here's the figure itself right here. I really love this character, and one of the reasons why he's one of the first anthropomorphic characters that morphs into a ranger, and he's a mentor. I'm always a sucker for this. And for the first time, these figures actually look like real people instead of having ridiculous superhero muscular proportions. They actually look like they have the proportions of the actors who wore those suits. And as you can see, I have the Shadow Saber right here, holstered in his scabbard on the left, right here. And I really loved the suit design when it first came out, when I saw Power Rangers SPD for the first time. And years later, after I graduated high school and went to FSCJ in college, I've basically got to know the Super Sentai series as a whole. And that's when I found out about Deca Master, the Sentai counterpart from Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger, and I liked him as equally. And I really like the sculpt in this. There were some portions that are missing paint, but personally, I'm not complaining. Just the sheer sculpt and the application, but the right applications of paint on this figure is enough to win me over. And one of the features that I liked about this figure is that this chest piece right here, it's made out of a soft rubbery plastic, so it doesn't hinder the articulation and all that much. And speaking of articulation, you have the butterfly joint right here. It goes forward, goes back, and you have it goes up this far, goes down, and has the bicep swivel right here. And it has the double jointed elbows, and it has the hinged wrists right here, plus a rotation right here. Same thing with the right hand and the right arm, for that matter. And same goes with the butterfly joint on this end right here. And for the legs, he can almost do the splits, but not entirely. But still, it's a really, really wonderful articulation. And it goes up right there, and has double jointed knees, and he has a ratchet joint right here at the ankle right here, and he also has a little bit of a swivel right here for more range of movement on the ground when it comes to spread out poses right here. Speaking of poses, he also has various different accessories, which I will showcase right now. And let me showcase to you right now. Of course, he has his holding hand for holding his shadow saber, or for all you Sentai purists, the D-Sword Vega, right here. And let me put it back in the scabbard. And of course, he also has this special posing right hand with his middle and index finger pointing out, and his thumb pointing up as well. For those of you who know his roll call in Dekarenja, cutting down hundreds of evildoers, the watchdog of hell, Deka Master. And this is his signature pose hand. And for his left hand, he has this special holding hand for his other accessory, his patrol morpher, or for all you Sentai purists, his master license. It's going to be a little bit difficult. It's a little tricky to get it into his hand, but it can be done. And there are some people who are griping about the slider on this on the master license or patrol morpher being on the wrong side, but as I said, personally, I'm not that kind of person who nitpicks on those kind of trivial or minor things. And let me switch back to his fist. And also, one of the main features of each of the Lightning Collection figures is that each Ranger has an interchangeable civilian head. So let's go ahead and switch out this helmet head like so, which is kind of tricky. And this particular figure has this special collar piece to make it look like his full neck is showing right here. And as you know, his civilian head is the alien alien dog, or Anubis Seijin Doggy Kruger, or in this case, Anubis Doggy Kruger from the planet Sirius. And he of course he has the standard articulation for the head. He has, thanks to this, a special ball joint. It goes side to side, up and down, like so. And let me go switch back. I am a huge fan of the Deka Master suit, and it's one of the most unique, and also one of the most cool looking. Trying to keep this family friendly. I don't want to cuss a lot. And here is my third Shadow Ranger in one of his poses, and also he also comes with this special energy effect piece, which goes slides onto the blade like so, right here. And you can, this is, I decided to pose him when he makes the leap after slaying several Crybots or Aneroids in Decadenja. I mean, this is one of his most dynamic poses I've ever done, and using my special NECA figure display stand. This is a really cool figure. It's not perfect, but this is a really good figure. And if you're fans of Power Rangers SPD, and if you love Tokusou Sentai Decadenja, especially Deca Master and the Shadow Ranger himself, this is a definite must-buy. I definitely recommend it. And now, for the second item in business, the Super Sentai series, the Super Sentai Artisan series Master License. It comes with a special holster, and it has this, and it also looks exactly like the original Japanese toy, but with a few modifications. Of course, and it has these dual switches right here, which serve two purposes. If you switch to the upper one, to the first dot, it goes into role-playing mode. But if you switch it to the double dots, it'll go into what's called the cast mode. And this takes 3 LR44 type batteries, 15 volts. So these are very small batteries. So be careful not to have small children be around these. This is a choking hazard, and of course it has the warning labels at the back of the toy. So let's switch to role-playing mode and see what we got. And it has the activation noise. So let's do the role-playing mode. Oops, sorry about that. All right, here we go. Emergency! Dekamasta! And of course, it has some of the original sounds from the toy, but unfortunately, I don't have it for comparison. But I'm very happy with this one nonetheless. And of course, when you close it, it has that noise. Okay. And for the phone mode, and of course, the voice of Doggy Kruger himself, the wonderful Mr. Tetsu Inada. Soだよね. And it basically repeats itself right here. But one of the features that I love the most on this one is the Judgment mode. And let me show you to you now. Kajimari Seijin Benji, for the crime of space land sharking activities on 13 planets, as well as the kidnapping of a space police officer. Judgment. That's right. No, they're not stickers. These are all light up LED panels. Alright. Let's see what we got. Of course, we got the guilty verdict. Let's see if we can get it to the innocent. Let's try it again. Let's give it another try. There we go. There we go. That's one of the things I really loved about this. And let's go ahead and switch it off. And now we switch it to the cast mode. That's right. Doggy Kruger himself saying his roll call transformation phrase. Alright, now then, let's do now for the first time when you press the button. Now, second time. Is roll call. And now. Oh man, I really love that song. For those of you who don't know, this is Deca Master's theme called Deca Master Never Stop, sung by the wonderful Mr. Isao Sasaki. And this is a really, really cool song. I mean, okay, let's just see what we got in store. Oh, it keeps on repeating. Alright, it has the same deactivation noise, but this is a special sequence when you hold it down after it does. It basically recreates the very first sound from Deca Master's first fight against the Aneroids via sound. I really love it. Yes. The slash is from D-Sword Vega. Yes! They even included his growl! And then he says this phrase. And when you press it again, it'll just keep on repeating. So let's switch to phone mode. You can never go wrong with that growl. Oh man, that's one of the reasons why I love this mode. It includes all the other phrases from the crossover movies. I really love that. Okay. This is Doggy Kruger's mode, but when you hold it down on several occasions, it'll cycle through various different other phrases while interacting with the main cast of Decadenja. For example, this is when he's transformed into Deca Master. And this is during his fight against Kajimiri Seijin Benji. Oh man, that phrase when Umiko was drunk. This is when he deploys in the Deca Base Crawler, transforming into Deca Base Robo. And of course, this is from Gokaija Goseija Super Sentai 199 Hero Daikessen. Sorry if I didn't say the number in Japanese, but well, yeah. And it just cycles through, and that. And now for this of course is the narrator. Oh, my mistake. I kind of made a little bit of an error. Oops. I was supposed to go through this panel right here. My mistake. And of course it keeps on repeating. And of course here's the special mode when he's interacting with the rest of the main cast. Oh. And of course the main song. Alright, I'm just gonna skip it since we already heard it several times. Midnight Dekarenja. Or I could be mistaken. This is the song mode. Mm-hmm. And of course, everything repeats right here. Alright, and for this judgment mode is the cast mode. And alright, let's see what happens if it's innocent. Let's see, let's try to just right. Yeah, let's try it again. Deletion not approved. And that's about it for the lights and sounds of the master license. I really love this thing. I give it a full 10 out of 10. It means it's the right size, and it also has all these special features, and not to mention, the judgment mode has LED light panels, and it can switch either in between. I really love it. Anyway, this is about all for the review of both the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Shadow Ranger and the Super Sentai Artisan Master License. So, if you'd like to see any more videos coming from my channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to receive any notifications about any new videos that I post. And also, not only am I going to be posting some reviews about some of my items that I have in my collection, I'll also be doing some video blogs about some of the eateries that I visited here in my hometown, Jacksonville. So feel free to say heads up on that. Anyway, I gotta go. I got a new day ahead of me, and I gotta get some rest. This is Strike Freedom 78 signing off. Good night. God bless.